Ruroc! Controversial helmet manufacturer that brags about how much money they make while asking for crowdfunding. Today we test the Atlas 3.0, the official helmet of guys named Chad. They've released 3 versions in as many years, with version 4 slated to release in February of 2022. That's more often than Apple releases iPhones, which is essentially like treating their customers like beta testers. Since Ruroc controls distribution of their helmets, you can only buy them online. I wear a size large in the Shoei RF1200, so I ordered a size large Atlas 3.0 as part of their 2021 Black Friday promotion. After waiting 5 weeks and 2 days, it finally arrived. Ruroc! The official helmet of people who like doing things the hard way. Instead of walking into a store and leaving with a helmet that fits you perfectly, you have to guess your size, order, wait 5 weeks, try it on, potentially send it back and wait another 5 weeks, or buy different sized pads to get the correct fit. Opening the box, you'll find black on black, back in black on black stickers, black on black user manual, black interior.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Black helmet bag. Oh, and the helmet is black. And the silver bottle opener keychain thingy. The helmet is ECE 2205 and DOT approved, and also boasts whatever these upgrades are over their prior version. The helmet is expensive. A pin lock is not included and the customer has to pay for shipping. A dark visor is included for free, which I didn't realize, so I bought a dark tint visor as well, bringing the grand total to $442 for the base core model. This is the cheapest model. Graphics are anywhere from $70 to $100 more. This puts the helmet in the Shoei RFSR price range. The shell is made of T300 carbon fiber, and it does seem nice. However, the interior liner is definitely subpar. Upon further inspection, you can see that the pads themselves are pretty spongy and do not offer a lot of support. As a result, this helmet fit was way too loose. Horizontal movement was very prevalent with a moderate amount of force. Vertical movement, however, was outrageous, and it felt like my head was spinning inside of it. As a result, I will be returning and exchanging this helmet. One contributing factor to this fit being so far off is that my head size is approximately 58.5 centimeters, which puts me on the small end of a large. The RF1200 fits well, although after years of wear it is probably a little loose, but still fits far more snug than the Ruroc. The cheek pad engagement is tight on the Shoei. However, on the Ruroc it feels like they only engage about halfway forward on my cheeks, causing the front of the helmet to feel overly spacious and large. Coupled with the loose fit, the helmet just seems gigantic.
I'm not kidding, it's like an orange on a toothpick.
The helmet not only felt big, it is physically bigger. Side by side, you can see that the Ruroc is taller and wider, about 1.5 centimeters taller and 1.5 centimeters larger in diameter. This is because the Ruroc Atlas 3.0 has 3 shell sizes. Although an improvement over the prior Atlas Douche.0, which had an abysmal 2 shell sizes, it doesn't match the Shoei's 4. This means large helmets are the same physical size as a double XL and end up making you look like a bobblehead.
Well, that's a huge noggin.
The Shoei's large has its own shell size, so it's only as big as it needs to be. But the real problem is that it just doesn't fit me. Head dimensions only tell one side of the fitment story. The shape also plays a huge role, as well as the way the cheek pads support your face. I feel that the interior fabric, although soft, does not offer a lot of plushness. The spandexy neoprene dry fit type material is actually kind of slippery, which contributes to the way the helmet slides around. On their website, they offer alternate cheek pad and helmet liner options that are, quote, thicker. Conversely, Shoei has a very wide range of thickness defined in millimeters to customize your fit. I feel that the better pad should just come with the helmet. Comparing cheek pads side by side, you can see that even though they are similar in size, the Ruroc pads seem very cheap. Construction is very basic and craftsmanship is lacking. Even compared to the pads out of a $100 speed and strength helmet, the pads seem worse. Other reviewers, shout out to Gears and Gadgets, have cut open these pads and found that Ruroc pads use a single type of foam instead of layered foam that offers more support. The liner is also thin. Again, it's soft enough, but it offers about as much support as the sports section of the Rolla Daily newspaper. There are also some general fit and finish issues, such as gaps in the construction, and the chin curtain construction is pretty shoddy. The company that believes function follows form. Because I will not wear this helmet on the street due to safety concerns, I'm not including a riding test to check for wind noise or riding comfort. I've heard reports of the helmet being loud, but I will not confirm or deny this. It has been noted that carbon fiber shells are a bit louder in general because of the thinner material. What is true, however, is that the side vents are fake. They apparently used to be real on prior versions of the helmet, but wind noise complaints prompted the company to address this by filling them in. They will surely increase drag. It seems that Ruroc won't fork over the cash for a new shell mold so they can save money and keep the same look. Speaking of vents, I feel it's ridiculous to ask customers to buy plugs for vents in the helmet separately. The only vent that will close is the front one, but you have to go through the inside of your helmet, around the chin curtain, and essentially look like you're picking your nose. The top vent is also worthless and cannot flow air. That's not how fluid mechanics work.
Hurrah! For guys who want to look like Skeletor.
You boob.
One of my other gripes is that one of the prominent features of this helmet is its nose. I've never used a dirt bike helmet, and although other helmet designs do have a nose peak, I found it being directly in the line of sight distracting, especially since the helmet was big and it was a little further in front of my eyes than if the helmet fit correctly. I found myself constantly looking at it.
And this is the result.
The Fidlock fastener, as the name implies, is a bit fiddly. I found that I could not get a tight cinch around my chin like I could with the double D-rings. This is partially because of the helmet being too big, but also because since you are not cinching down on the strap, you essentially have to have it tight, and then pull the strap to the magnetic catch plate. This is pretty convenient once you get the feel for it, but I had issues with how secure it felt. Perhaps when I exchange for the smaller helmet, this won't be an issue.
The official helmet of guys who don't have the balls to commit to a Predator helmet. Hurrah! The helmet for guys that think their cool helmet will get them laid.
They're so confident that it will, that they sell a Ruroc branded condom on the website for $7.
Hurrah! The official helmet of big dick energy without the big dick. That condom is gold, but that's no Magnum.
The visor system is okay. It is pretty easy to twist and pull the knobs out of each end to swap the visors. Just make sure you don't lose them. I feel that a system that doesn't require external screws or clips is superior and just simpler, like the RF1200. The visor mechanism is very stiff. There are plenty of detents to allow for airflow. However, to get the final seal of the visor, 2 hands are required to get the proper leverage to snap it into place. This can be an issue when riding. Peripheral vision was fine and seemed on par with the Shoei. The helmet that brags about a 4-star sharp rating on the website, which is 1 star less than the HJC C70, which is half the price. The official helmet of slow motion head turns. Let's talk about the shell. It is commendable that Ruroc has produced a carbon fiber shell helmet, but at the expense of fitting it with proper internal padding and fitment is inexcusable. Yes, the Ruroc is made of carbon fiber, whereas the Shoei shell is made of various fiberglass layers topped with thermoplastic for its smooth finish. Shoei uses what's called AIM Plus, or Advanced Integrated Matrix. It's designed to disperse impact over a larger surface area, essentially causing a spiderweb-like impact zone. Carbon fiber, even though it has a higher tensile strength and is lighter, doesn't mean it will automatically protect you better, because a helmet that doesn't fit correctly regardless of the shell construction is unsafe. There isn't much information about Ruroc's shell construction other than it is T300 carbon fiber, which is the cheapest and weakest of the aircraft-grade carbon fibers. It also, however, doesn't mean it's worse than the composite shell of the Shoei. Another thing to note is that the matte black finish picks up fingerprints really easily. It looks like I just ate potato chips and forgot to wash my hands, which is entirely possible.
Take a big whiff.
It smells like an old car. Like an old car of somebody that used to smoke cigarettes.
Smells like a used diaper filled with Indian food.
The helmet out of the box does have a bit of a funky smell to it. It's a sort of plasticky glue chemical smell. I'm sure it'll dissipate with riding, as everything you wear ends up smelling like, well, you know, the outside, or whatever that is we end up smelling like.
Ruroc! It stinks!
60% of the time, it works every time.
The helmet comes in a wide variety of original and unique graphic styles, such as teeth, 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 red teeth, fiesta teeth, more fiesta teeth, 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 creepy teeth, teeth, and finally, lines.
Hurrah! If Limp Bizkit was a helmet.
I did not order the shockwave system, but it only works for Bluetooth connectivity on your phone as well as rider-to-pillion comms. I can't imagine the small flat buttons on the back of the helmet neckline are easy to operate either with gloved hands. For that kind of money, you're better off buying a Cardo or Senna unit. At least you'll be able to talk to other riders if that's your thing.
Hurrah! Fuck talking to anyone else.
After buying the helmet, I started receiving ads and promo emails for the Atlas 4.0. It can be commended that the company is willing to address buyer issues and release new versions, which the 4.0 release looks to do. However, you know that feeling you get when the iPhone 13 came out and you just bought the iPhone 12? Well, it's just like that. It's psychologically a bit of a bummer, and you feel like you just paid a bunch of money for old, outdated tech. For guys that want to look like the bad guy in Black Widow. Let's talk about the buying experience for a moment. It's terrible. Remember the part about having to pay for shipping? The customer has to pay for shipping to get the product and also on all returns. And this is an international address in England. So just for the return trip, shipping cost $93, and that was the better option. UPS was over $300. International shipping also requires going through customs. So if you forget to mark the package as a return, you have to pay the customs fees as well. As of now, I have paid $120 in shipping alone, and that's not counting what they'll charge me to ship the replacement. Imagine going into Cycle Gear and buying a $400 helmet, but instead, they charge you $520 and then tell you that you'll get it in 2 months. How is this a sustainable business practice? I suggest buying from a local retailer. If that's not an option, your nearest Cycle Gear. If you're set on getting a quality carbon fiber helmet for around that price, alternate options include the Scorpion XO R1 and HJC Carbon for around $430. Walk in, try one on, and go home with it the same day. Ruroc, if you're listening, for God's sake, fix your distribution channel. At the time of this video, I have written to customer service 2 times to discuss return and exchange options. However, I have not received a reply or any correspondence. I did ship the helmet back with my email address and return notes.
Hurrah!
Virgin Atlantic prices at Spirit Airlines customer service. Other reported gripes against the company are that they challenge 80% of the reviews online, essentially trying to erase any bad press they have against them on the internet, and also banning users from their Facebook group when they have complaints. Shout out to Moto Tigress. The helmet included in no one's best of helmet reviews.
Hurrah! The affliction shirt of the helmet world.
Subscribe, like, and hit the bell to be notified for our follow-up video to see what happens with the helmet replacement.
Ruroc! The official helmet of guys that listen to Nickelback but don't admit it. Ruroc! Official helmet of guys that shop with their girlfriends at the tactical supply store.